place where the act or omission occurred. That provision makes the law of Massachusetts govern the liability of the United States for this tort. The Massachusetts Death Act in relevant part provides that a person whose agents or servants by negligence caused the death of another not in his employment or service shall be liable in damages in the sum of not less than $2,000 nor more than $20,000 to be assessed with reference to the degree of his culpability or of that of his agents or servants. The assessment of damages with reference to the degree of culpability of the tortfeasor rather than with reference to the amount of pecuniary loss suffered by the next of kin makes those damages punitive in nature. That has been the holding of the Supreme Judicial Court of Massachusetts. Now, the Tort Claims Act, however, provides that the United States shall be liable in the same manner and to the same extent as a private individual under like circumstances, but shall not be liable for interest prior to judgment or for punitive damages. If, however, the law of the state provides for damages only punitive in nature, the United States shall be liable for actual or compensatory damages measured by the pecuniary injuries resulting from such death to the persons respectively for whose benefit the action was brought. Okay, space up. He told me to get outside. I am sorry I didn't hear. He told me, to go inside the hall. Which brother is this we are talking about? Is that Reyes? Yes. Now that is the brother that just testified on the stand. Is that right? Yes. And he told you to get inside. Is that correct? Yes. Were you with anyone at that time? Yes. Did you then go inside? Yeah, I was going to go inside. That's when Pee-wee came. Then I stopped Pee-wee. But you didn't have a conversation with your brother then at that time about some fights, is that right? Yes. Were you able to see any fights going on at that time? No. At any time when you were hugging your brother, did you hug him around the head? No. This was just around his waist or around his back, around his sides right here. Around more or less the chest area? Yes. About how many people did you see hit your brother? I don't remember. Would you say it would have been more than 10 people? Yes. And this all took place within the 2 minutes that we are talking about? Yes. And during these 2 minutes that you were able to see these 10 people, is this during the time that you were yelling? Yes. You are calling out to Pee-wee for help. Is that correct? Yes. And you are hugging your brother at the same time? Yes. And this is during the time you were also hit by someone. Is that correct? Yes. Would this be a good time to take our noon recess? Fine, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take our noon recess at this time until 2:15 this afternoon. Please remember my admonition, you are not to discuss any subject connected with this trial, either among yourselves or with any other person, or to form or express any opinion thereon until the matter is finally submitted to you. We will adjourn until 2:15 this afternoon. In the matter of People versus Bonilla, People versus Alec, let the record reflect that both defendants, all counsel, all 12 members of the jury, and the alternate jurors are present. Ms. Rodriguez, you are still under oath. Ma'am, at some time after your brother was struck, did you have a conversation with the police? Like what? Did you talk to some policeman afterwards after everything happened? About what? Well, you found out that your brother had been hurt. Did you talk to the police? Let me start over. You say your brother was hurt, is that correct? Yes. Now after he was hurt, a short time thereafter, did the police come up? Yes.